Right, call the meeting to order at 4:08. Meeting at 198 Middlesex Road, Brennan Terrace. Start off with a roll call vote. Roll call attendance, I should say.
Seth Roth.
Brian Munn. Robert McConnelly. John Pelletier.
Elizabeth Dane.
All right, first item on the agenda was discussion regarding employee/commissioner. Unfortunately, Don Lampon had something come up, and he was not able to make tonight's meeting. So we're going to put this off. Another meeting, possibly a special meeting. We don't know yet. We'll just set it as to be determined as of right now. And we'll just skip this item on the agenda and move on, if that's okay with everyone. All right, next item on the agenda is visitors' comments and questions. No comments or questions? All set, okay. Moving on to the next item on the agenda, which is accept the minutes from the meeting of June 29th, 22, regular meeting, and June 29th, 22, executive session. Can I have a motion on those?
Motion to approve.
I have a motion by Bob.
To the vote.
Yes. I mean, if you're all, we can do, actually, yeah, executive session. We'll do individually, so we'll take that.
I just wanted to clarify.
All right, so
Second.
June 29th, regular meeting, Bob, got a motion, second on it, second by Seth. All in favor? All open for discussion, I guess. Anybody has anything to add to that? No? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, the motion for June 29th, 22 executive session. Can I get a motion on that? Can you approve that? Motion by Bob.
Second.
Second by Brian. Any discussion? No discussion, no? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstained? And that carries 4-0. All right, next item on the agenda is treasurer's report. A is accountant's report for June 30th, 22. B, account payable and payroll for June 30th. I guess I'll take a motion on those two items together.
Motion to approve those.
All right, a motion by Bob, second by Seth. Any discussion on the accountant's report or the accounts payable and payroll? Seeing none? Opposed, abstained, carries 4-0. All right, the expansion fund accounting report for June 30th. Have a motion on that. Second motion by Brian, second by Seth. Any discussion on that? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, abstained? That carries 4-0. All right. And we get next correspondence.
Are we still on the treasurer's report?
Nope.
Do we do the,
We did the accountants report and the accounts payable and payroll together.
oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, no, if you have any questions, I just
Payroll. guess this is a payroll one, but they had it in, one. My question was, payroll. Western New Hampshire. He's having a lot of problems with the, that pump station. Are they in for something else?
Well,
Other than the pump station?
Well, they come in, they have the contract to service the 3 generators, one for the pump station, one for the senior building, and one for here. Then they also have the contract for the pump station itself, and then we just had them come in and do a, which hasn't been done in a long time, where they came in and cleaned the wet well.
Oh, so that's what, that's what?
Yep. And the guy, when he heard that he was coming out here, was dreading coming out because the last time it was a disaster. And he was very impressed with how clean Tom's been keeping the wet well.
Nice.
So they also do maintenance on generators too?
Yeah,
And how often they do that monthly?
Well, they have
Quarterly?
they come out quarterly to service the 3 generators, and then they come out quarterly for the pump station.
It just seems like they seem to be on the agenda a lot. I thought they just,
We also get the protein matrix from them that goes, the chemical that goes in that helps with the buildup of all the grease and grime and everything that goes into the pump station.
okay.
I don't know if you've ever, when we've had meetings over there, you'll hear something that sounds like it's winding. That's the chemical. It goes out through the line for the washing machines.
All right. I heard that. I said I hadn't heard that. That doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But I did that often, so. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, next, item number 6 on the agenda, correspondence. We have Merrimack Valley July Housing Report, Mass Narrow May June newsletter, and the agreed upon procedures report.
What was the last thing you said?
We agreed upon procedures
Oh,
report.
okay, sorry, I know what it was.
You know what it is?
I do.
All right, so
Sorry.
I don't, so that's what I'm.
So, years ago, they used to have the actual state auditors come in and audit the books, and then DHCD stopped that, and they came up with this thing called agreed upon procedures, which takes a lot less time, because the auditors used to spend 2 or 3 weeks here. But agreed upon procedures, they came up with what they want, and it's certain accounting firms that have been signed up and approved by DHCD, and every 5 years we have to rotate. We can only use the same firm for 5 years in a row, and then we switch. So they're basically, that report is all the stuff that the state had them look at and check out.
I mean, this looks good, you've been doing this for a while, right?
I've been doing it since 17 or 18, I want to say. There was a period of time that nothing was being done because they stopped having the state auditors until they came up with this.
This is 5 years, you said?
Hmm?
For 5 years?
No, they come in every year,
No, no.
but
This agreement is for 5 years?
with this auditing firm that we're using, we can only use them for 5 years, and then we have to switch and use one of the other firms that they have on the list, which there aren't too many to choose from. I mean, it's only like 3, maybe 4. And one of the firms on there is Benton Ewald, which we can't use them because they do our books.
All right, have a motion for correspondence for receipt of information.
So moved.
Motion by Brian, second by Bob. All in favor? Aye. Opposed, abstained, carried 4-0. Do we have next director? Executive Director's report? Executive Director, I guess I'll hand over to you, Melinda. You want-
Okay, so when I did the report, we had 4 vacancies. We're down to 3 because one's being signed for tomorrow. One of the other ones is a second floor, which I have a person, I'm just checking out all their information to make sure they qualify. And then the other two maintenance still has to turn over, because they just basically opened up. That one unit that we had taken offline, because we were taking out the tub, putting in the wheel and shower, that one is all done, and the tenant moved in last week. Ooh. Work orders, again, they're very minimal open work orders, they've been keeping up with them. Capital improvement projects, we have the 5 active ones going on, which is the door openers over at Red Pine, which the last I heard, they're just about done. The vacant unit that was converted over, that was done, and the invoice has been sent to DHCD so we can get the money. Replacing the common area floors over at Coburn Road. Our CAT is handling that one, so they've already put the request out for the bid. They were supposed to do the walkthrough today, but we had to postpone it for 2 weeks because they've got a COVID active resident. The last project that was completed last week were the catch basins over at Red Pine. And the guy that came out that did them said they were very, very jam-packed with all kinds of sediment. And there's no weep holes, there's no piping. The only pipe that it goes across the road from one drain to the other, so if one fills up, it just overflows to the other one. It just seeps into the ground. But he's cleaned out a lot of stuff, but there was all kinds of wiffle balls, branches, broken up water bottles, kids just stuffing them down in the drains, which all got cleaned out. That.
On that, does it make sense to maybe try to put it in as some type of capital project where we can maybe put an outlet somewhere so it can actually go somewhere, so we don't have to worry about that filling up in here?
I mean, we have 5 over there, and those are the only 2 that we.
Right, so maybe they need to be back to the other one somehow. I don't know, maybe do we have like a house locker or something? Maybe have to look at it.
I mean, when I first lived there was never a problem in the first few years. And over the years, it just gradually got worse and worse and worse. So I think that now that this has been cleaned out.
And that's what some of the elderly residents who have lived there for quite a long time said, that it's always drained slow, but now it's just progressively gotten worse and worse.
So hopefully, we'll know the next big rain, right?
If we forget any rain.
Well, is that what happens usually when it's a big rainstorm?
Big rain, or like when we have the snow.
The thaw.
If it gets warm enough for the snow to melt and create a big enough of a puddle.
All right, I guess we could wait. I'm thinking ahead, so we don't have to get them all rolling just in case, right?
All the other, what do you call those?
They call them on the plans catch basins.
So all the other catch basins, they must have never had a problem. It just doesn't make sense. That does have a little bit of a pitch in the lower area, so it probably catches more water than the other ones, but I'm hoping that
open field area for the senior building, so it probably catches a lot more of the sand.
Yeah, so like right now, you got the one on, say, family side units, and then that's connected with a pipe on the ground. So if these 2 both happen to fill up, then you also have that other little drainage that goes into the tree area, right? So that's kind of like
Is there some type of dry well there or something? It doesn't make sense if you have a pipe going from one to the other.
The guy said it's just so one fills up, it will drain over to the other one.
And if it fills up, then it just seeps out into that man-made type of.
We're not going to see anything happening relative to that for the next 2 or 3 years.
Yeah,
Because they're all empty now.
exactly.
So you got to fill them up. And then you've got depending on how winters are gonna be like in the next couple of 3 years.
I'm thinking that if every other year, do what you just did right now and just keep up with it. And
Yeah, that's a good suggestion, every other year.
then every other year, and
Yeah.
then just clean them up like you did now. I mean, I don't know what was the cost to,
It was way under 10.
so I mean, if we just do it as a every other year thing,
Yeah, and then it'd be lightweight too, I mean, you wouldn't have it wouldn't be as bad cleaning it up, so
exactly.
it'd be a quick job.
This is gonna be it.
Well, we were gonna use all drains, because they do that, but their back truck is down for like 6 months, because they're waiting for parts. And then they already had clients booked, so they weren't booking, so they referred me to Hall. I think that's something, I'll have to double check it. It was Hall, I thought it was Hall something. I've had so many contractors' names across my desk. I can look it up, I'll get to the name.
We use all pump safety. We don't use it for schools.
Yeah, I'm thinking it began with an H, I'd have to double check.
But I mean, like, all drains are more so sewer too.
No, I didn't realize it. Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think if we're gonna just go with Main Street, I think it's gonna be yellow. Just my thoughts.
Yeah, I guess it's play it by ear. If you see that it's filling up faster, then maybe we'll match it to a yearly schedule.
Yeah, we'll
Right.
So then the only other two upcoming, was, getting in the works, the sewer connection here, and then the fire panel upgrades.
Do you have any, some swords in here, whatever?
Well, I mean, it's in the works with the state, but, they've gotta go through all their stuff that they're gonna do, so. Yep. The office accident, we got the check-in to reimburse us for, the three things that got damaged that we had to replace. And I had already submitted to them, which our insurance company told me we probably wouldn't be reimbursed for, was for the staff time in dealing with the whole accident. They told me that they wouldn't cover anything that was during the normal work hours, and I'm like, but that's not fair. They were taken away from projects that they should have been doing. So he told me to submit it, I did, and the check came in reimbursing us for everything. Agreed upon procedures, we just talked about that. And then Friday, the state will be in to do our annual performance management review.
How long does that take?
They told me they'll be here at 10 and they'll be out of here no later than 2 o'clock. Might even be earlier.
You give your report, count or something.
Most of the stuff they've already done, because it's all done in-house, because it's all grading us on all the reporting, are we up to date in all our reporting to them on vacancies and board meeting attendances and energy. So a lot of that stuff they've already gotten that report. Then they put most of it is the field work when they come out here. They pick which units they want to win, and look at some of the work orders. So tenants were all given notice today.
Yeah, probably report it comes in.
Yep, when it comes in, it goes in the work packet.
Let's see, we're good?
So the vacancy report, the first two vacancies on there, the very first one that just opened up that not that long ago. The second one is the one that I'm working with an applicant. The next page, the one at Red Pine, that's the one that's getting signed for tomorrow. And then the other one just opened up because that was the tenant that transferred over to the unit here for that winter challenge. So maintenance still is working in that one, and then they still have the one unit here to do.
Thank you. All right. Anybody have any questions on that, anything? So that covers the executive director's report, vacancy report, and maintenance board report. Just kind of covered that as well. Yeah, so. All right, so
Make a motion, we accept 7, 8, and 9.
all right. Motion by Bob. Second by Seth. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstained? That carries 4-0. All right, item number 10 on the agenda is finished business. Review of bad debt write-off policy. I think we don't.
If that's done, that's fine. It's under others.
So that's all set, taken care of. All right, item 11, unfinished business, it's nothing new. All right, moving on to item 12 on the agenda, old business. CPC rep update on CPC meetings. Again, they've been kind of slow, nothing. I haven't attended anything. They haven't sent out any emails in regards to any upcoming meetings, so nothing to report. Seth, I guess, Affordable Housing Trust Committee update?
Yep, so 2 weeks ago on the 13th, we had a meeting, and there's not really any news. Eric's been talking to DOT, and haven't really made any progress on that as far as the Healing recovery.
We went through that for how many years?
So he's going to keep that up.
Yeah.
And I know he's also been trying to get, or he's going to try and get in touch with the person at MHP, which I don't remember. Did we get a new person assigned to us? Really?
I'd have to go back through notes on who the person was, because we only had a conference with her like one time.
Right. So he's going to try and get in touch with MHP somehow. Other than that, we've been working on a survey that we're going to send out to people living in affordable housing in town. So that should be done. Our next meeting's on the 30th of August, the 30th. So we're going to try and have that survey, send it out, and then we've just been adding stuff to the website, on the website, like FAQs and things like that about affordable housing. So I think that's pretty much all the updates I have for now. Yeah. Oh, and we've also been talking to the people involved with construction on Sherburne Ave about trying to add an extra affordable unit to their development. So we talked to them the last meeting, and they're hoping to be able to do that.
Okay. Thanks, Seth. So, I guess you just touched base on the 689 Coleman Road, Indian Lane. And Dawn has kind of been running with their license.
We haven't done anything, he's still waiting for all that stuff to change at the state level.
Exactly, so I guess, placeholders carry over.
So, yeah.
All right, so, We don't need any motions on that, so we'll just move on to item number 13, new business.
Mr. Chairman, just quickly on old business.
Yes.
Notice that the meeting is being recorded. So at the last meeting, it was told that we needed to pay for the subscription. So I'm just wondering how we're doing that, and how we're going to go about sending it to Tyngsborough media.
I looked into it and there's software that I downloaded for the camera that we have. And then it's in the correct format that can be used up at town hall, because they were having to transfer, using a transfer software to get it into the format that they need.
So is it a free software, or do we have to purchase?
No, but it's free.
So you're recording the MPEG?
And, yeah, the format that he needs.
Perfect.
Thank you.
All right. All right, any other questions on all this and anything else? Before we move on? All right. New business, vote and approve to sponsor a poll at the Tyngsborough Firefighters Association golf tournament. This is something that the housing authority has been doing prior to me being a commissioner. That's going back.
Because it's just an advertisement that's placed on.
So,
Again, I just want to confirm that it's a proper expenditure.
We haven't been written up for it. When the auditors come in, it's not a big enough thing that they even probably pick up on.
Whether they pick up, it's just proper. I mean, I think a year ago, before this email, I'm not sure.
I think it was that high school graduation thing, yeah, whatever.
It was, yeah, but I'm trying to think if it come from attorney or the accountant, maybe it was the accountant, I think. Right? So that still stands, it's for expenditure. Okay.
I always leave it up to the board to decide, so.
Yeah, if someone wants to make a motion.
Yeah, I'll move that we approve this.
We have a motion by Seth. Second. Second by Bob.
The dollar amount.
It's $100.
Yeah.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed, abstain, I'm gonna abstain on this one, so 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, just because I'm on the fire association. All right. Other business, anybody else have any other business?
One thing, I'm wondering, is it possible to get a report on the number of cameras? Obviously, we don't have to make it public. I'd like to see the report of the number of cameras, where they're located, so that, so I can have an idea of what's going on in different locations. Now, if you to all the rest of the cameras, if they want as well.
I'll guarantee now, I mean, there's 9 here, 8 here. And 12 in Richmond.
You know, the locations. So, I don't think we want to put that up publicly, but if you can just jot it down, get it to me at some point between now and next meeting. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else have any other business? No. Next board meeting. Regular board meetings will be Wednesday, August 31st, 5:30 at Red Pine. But we will, the other special meeting that we might have, we might tail onto this meeting, or it might be a special meeting, we don't know yet, so it'll be to be determined for the other meeting, the employee discussion.
I know the previous meeting, I said that, I'll make it work 4 o'clock, if, I just get a little heads up, so.
Oh, absolutely.
I didn't know until yesterday.
Okay,
But that's fine, just a little heads up, that's all.
sure.
We discussed it at the last meeting.
Right, but I didn't realize, I thought we were having a special meeting, and I said, whenever it was, I'll make it work,
Okay,
but I just,
I thought it was said that this meeting was being.
but it was before 5:30, and I just, if they did it, that happened.
Yeah,
So anyway,
okay.
thanks.
Right, so before we close the meeting, anybody have anything at all? Otherwise, I will take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Okay. Motion by Bob, second by Brian. All those in favor? Aye. Aye. Adjourning at 4:39.